Long ago, in the misty mountains of Japan, the sun rose like a silent drumbeat, marking the beginning of another day of training and another chance to grow. Below the peaks, a small village stirred awake. The wind carried songs of birds and the whispers of dreams. In this quiet place stood a dojo, humble and strong, where boys trained to become samurai. Here, the clash of wooden swords echoed through the morning. Young warriors sharpened their skills with every move. Among them was Riku, 14. Quiet eyes. A heart full of dreams, but a shadow of doubt. He rose before dawn. He trained harder than anyone. But still, he fell behind. Others whispered. They laughed when he failed. He was slower. His hands shook. Yet every time he stumbled, he bowed. Always respectful. Always returning. He watched others with longing. Their speed. Their strength. Wondering if he would ever match them. In the polished floor, he saw himself small, quiet, broken. Again, he was knocked down. His wooden sword flew from his hand. A hand reached down to help. Kind eyes, but full of pity. That hurt more than the fall. They whispered more now. Quiet words behind backs. Riku carried the broken tip of his sword like a wound. Alone, he walked the stone path through the woods, the weight of his doubt heavier than the blade. The forest glowed gold with afternoon light as he climbed. There, on the hillside, a single sakura tree bloomed. Beneath it, Riku sat. Head bowed. Sword across his lap. Petals fell like silent encouragement. A shadow approached, slow, steady. It was Master Genji. The old samurai's eyes were kind. Wise. They sat beneath the blossoms in silence. Genji held out a smooth black river stone. Riku took it, confused. The master said nothing, only let the boy feel its shape. In Riku's mind, he saw it, jagged stone tumbling in a rushing river. Water in time softening its edges. Season after season, it endured until it became smooth. Riku looked up. The meaning shone in his eyes. He understood. And Genji simply looked to the mountains, the wind tugging gently at his robe. The next morning, before the sun rose, Riku was already up. He bowed to the dawn with his training sword in hand. Then, he trained. And trained. He swung through the mist. Studied scrolls under flickering lamplight. Hauled buckets up stone steps. Fell. Rose. Fell again. Rose again. He corrected his stance. His grip. His breath. He sat under waterfalls in silence. He sparred and began to hold his own. When others struggled, he encouraged them. He had once been in their place. Master Genji watched from afar. Silent. Proud. Riku's hands now held the sword steady. The sakura tree bloomed fuller than ever before. The day of the final test arrived. A banner flapped, spirit and skill. Students stood in white, ready. Riku closed his eyes and breathed deeply. The match began, swift. Focused. Clean. His blade moved with purpose. He blocked. He stepped. He countered. His opponent hesitated, surprised by Riku's calm strength. Their swords met midair, locked in silence. Riku flowed like water, then struck with precision. The other students watched, silent now, not with doubt, but respect. Master Genji observed, unreadable. Riku bowed at the end, sweat on his brow, pride in his chest. They lined up for results. Genji stepped forward and raised a scroll. Top honor, Riku, it read. Gasps. Applause. Riku blinked. Then bowed, humbly. Later, Riku returned to the sakura tree. The same place where his doubts once sat heavy. In his hand, the same black stone. Smooth now. Changed, like him. His eyes no longer searched for approval. They held peace. A quiet smile. He remembered the boy who once sat here unsure, small, and broken. Like stones in a river, shaped by struggle and time, he had been worn down into strength. Not sharp. Not perfect. But whole. Enduring. True. Riku stood. The wind lifted the petals. And he walked, not with pride, but with purpose. The others bowed as he passed, not to the strongest, but to the most steadfast. Master Genji nodded once. A small smile. The kind only a teacher knows. The mountain stood still. Petals danced. And the dojo waited for the next Riku to rise. He had become the river. Shaped not by ease, but by motion, patience, and quiet belief. The path of the warrior is long. But those who walk it with heart never walk alone.